Good afternoon, everyone. Before we start our presentation, we would like to introduce ourselves. So, my name is Delvin. I'm from Chemical Engineering Batch 2019.
Hello, my name is Ahmad Ariq, and I'm from Chemical Engineering Department, batch 2019.
I'm Jacqueline Tirtadinata from Chemical Engineering Department of ITS Surabaya.
Today in this video, we would like to present to you about a really interesting topic that based on the knowledge that we gain from our department. So the topic is about spectrophotometer. Spectrophotometer is an instrument that contains a monochromator, which is a device that produces a light beam that contains a wavelength in a narrow band with a specific wavelength that has a function to measure a beam's intensity that enters and leaves a cuvette. So spectrophotometer has been used widely by many chemical engineering in industry or in laboratorium. But before we understand more about its function, we need to understand first about its history. So for the chronological history of spectrophotometer is divided by 4 chronological order. So the first one is where the absorbance of light by material was first explored by German mathematician named by Johann Heinrich Lambert. And then the second one is German astronomer Wilhelm Beer, which extended his work and found a linear relationship between a concentration of analyte and the absorbance of light by material. The third one is where the introduction of the first UV commercial spectrophotometer by Arnold O. Beekman. And the last one is a scientist named Bernard continued to use this instrument to develop quantitative measurement and establish several basic rules for drugs and poison biological specimen. So that's a really brief history for spectrophotometer, and we will now move on to Oleh with the mechanism.
Okay, thank you, Delvin. And now I will explain about parts of spectrophotometer and how it works. First, polychromatic light source. It functions as a polychromatic light source with various wavelength range. Second, monochromator. It functions as a wavelength selector that is changing the light from a polychromatic light to a monochromatic light. Third, the sample cell. It functions as a place to put the sample. Fourth, the detector. It functions to capture the light that transmitted from the sample and convert it into an electric current. There are 5 requirements for a detector. First, high sensitivity, comparison of signal or signals with high noise. Fast response time, constant response at a various wavelength. And the fifth, the electrical signal produced must be proportional with the radiation power. And the last is readout. It is a reading system to capture the amount of electrical signal that coming from the detector.
Now, I'm going to explain about the function of spectrophotometer in industry. By using colors, spectrophotometer can measure chemical or pharmaceutical industry standards such as Gardner, Hazen or APHA, amount of iodine color, and the European Pharmacopoeia in the US. Also, it can identify the information of a solution, so the chemist can determine the safety of using certain chemicals and how they can interact with each other. The other function of the spectrophotometer is it can determine the concentration of an analyte in a solution, which means it is important in the daily activities of industries. For example, textile industry. They need spectrophotometer for determining the optimal concentration of clothes coloring agents. For food industry, they need it for determining the concentration of the additive that puts into the food. And the last one is research industry. They need it for biotechnological and pharmaceutical processes. So spectrophotometer is important in industrial activities It means spectrophotometer is one of the knowledges that is needed in chemical engineering. So that's all from me. Thank you for listening and watching.